Hi, my name is Grace, and I'm a member of the Girls Advisory Board. So I grew up on pink paint splattered walls and Hillary Clinton bumper stickers, on women's rights or human rights banners, and pink out Planned Parenthood dinner parties. Because of this heritage, I labeled myself as a feminist before I really even knew the full meaning of the word. When I began to fully embody the qualities that one associates with feminism, social activism, and self-advocacy, I was an 8th grader struggling with mental health issues so prominent that my classmates, peers, and even close friends began to critique me for this social activism and strong personality, using words like crazy feminist, feminazi, and other derogatory names. I was taken aback. I didn't realize the stigma that came with the weighted title I so quickly labeled myself as. When I finally joined Hardy Girls Advisory Board a few years later, at the conference, I was astounded by the strength the conferences exhibited on the attendees. If I had attended a Girls Rock conference as a middle schooler, my 8th grade self would not let a feminazi label overtake her. Hardy Girls is so important to me because I don't want a single girl to have social labels overcome her well-being in the face of standing up for herself, especially during a time where the young self is so vulnerable. Now I want to move on to presenting a good friend of mine, Riley Mays. Since becoming further involved in activism, I've attended many events in the Portland area. When I say Riley has been at every single one, I'm not kidding. This girl is so incredibly passionate about everything she does and has a way of bringing people together with the mission of unifying all genders toward a climate of safety and healthy sexuality. She achieves this through her work with the Raising Awareness and Providing Support program at our school and her extensive volunteerism with Maine Boys to Men. Her strength, devotion, and eloquence is not only something many struggling girls need to see, but these characteristics should be models to everyone for activism, women, and everyday civilian behavior. Riley is always promoting such important issues in this turbulent time, which is one of the core values that Hardy Girls Healthy Women stands for. There is no one I'd see more fitting as our 2018 Health Promoter honoree.
First of all, I want to begin by thanking Hardy Girls Healthy Women for this award. I'm honored to stand up today and talk about what this work means to me and how deeply I care about the promotion of health for women and girls. I'd also like to thank Heidi Randall, the program director of Maine Boys to Men and the amazing woman who nominated me, and my mom, who is the strongest woman that I know. As a woman living in the United States, I was raised on social principles that were designed to keep me safe. Whether this was through instructions to cross the street when I encountered a man, to never stay out too late, or to clothe my body in a way as to avoid unwanted attention, I slowly and subconsciously developed a pattern of thinking that left me feeling guarded and endangered most of my life. In the attempt to protect myself, I lost my ability to trust men and give them the empathy I was demanding that they give me. It was not until I began my work volunteering with Maine Boys to Men, an organization dedicated to reducing gender-based violence through the promotion of healthy masculinity, that I began to understand that violence prevention did not have to be a one-sided endeavor, that the violent men, the hurting men, and the dangerous men were not examples of human nature, but the results of a sick culture that has manipulated our way of life into a detrimental and unrealistic binary. Coming to terms with this reality challenged me. I was not ready to let go of my anger. I was comfortable with having an us and a them, being able to accuse and force responsibility on others when I felt helpless to change the situation. And while it is completely justified to feel the emotions attached to injustice, I needed to figure out a way to take my frustration and channel it into something productive. This realization is what inspired me to combat gender-based violence through learning just what gender means in our country, in our schools, and in my own life, whether it was through leading workshops on consent with the freshmen at my school, studying abroad, or simply listening to the perspectives of others around me. As I became involved with studying, volunteering, and developing curriculum on the subject of gender, I began to see myself not as a victim, but as someone who has the power to motivate change. The alteration of this perspective has been one of the most monumental turning points in my life. Without the strength that I have drawn from helping and learning from others, defining what my own gender means to me, and refusing to let fear and social constructs manipulate the way I conduct myself, I am able to stand before you as the woman I am today. By doing this incredibly important work alongside passionate and inspiring peers and educators, I have only just begun the journey of challenging my own biases and helping to eliminate them in others. I know that if we can all continue to do this work together, we can take steps in the direction of a healthier future, not just for the female identified or for the male identified, but for everyone. Thank you.